And this is to buy a magical box, which I'm using that to encompass things known as Rokus or Apple TVs or Google Chromecast or Amazon Fire or whatever. At our house, we use an Apple TV, and basically you can access it to watch different apps for different television stations and Netflix and other stuff like that. But what do you use?
We use a Roku. I also have a Chromecast that I can send stuff from my laptop and things like that. And I will say, as a techie myself, the one thing that I see that the reason people aren't switching over to cutting the cord like Bro is that maybe it will take a little more technical know-how. There's a million different sources to find things from and a lot of different magic boxes you can get, and it's pretty overwhelming.
Yeah, that's a good point.
An iPad won't do it, so it's the Apple TV.
No. Well, so what the Apple TV does is that you connect it to your internet, and then you connect it from your internet to your TV, and then you have a little remote, and you use it to watch Netflix, or you use it to watch all the different programs.
So you experience it a lot like your DVR box on cable.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, like I keep saying Netflix, but there's also, again, PBS has their own app, so you can go there and you can watch Downton Abbey, not for much longer. And so that's helpful. Also with the Apple TV is you can mirror what's on your device. So if you have on your iPad, whatever you're watching on your iPad, you can tell your iPad to send whatever you're seeing on your iPad to your television. Oh. Which is kind of nice because there's some stuff that you might have a hard time navigating to on your TV.
It's also similar for the Chromecast, is like the Google version of that, where if you have an Android phone or Chrome on your laptop, you can just shoot it over your TV.
So yeah, and Chromecast and Apple Fire Stick is going to be cheaper than your Apple TV or your Roku. They're going to be like, I don't know, our Apple TV was over $100, I think.
I got a deal with Roku, and we'll talk later about other services, but Sling was practically giving them away when they were trying to get people to sign up for their service.
Spoiler, we're going to talk about Sling. Okay, so next one. Step 4. Now here's where I make a point, and I say most experts will tell you to do an audit of all of the television programs you watch and to think about like where you're going to get this or that or whatever. But my piece of advice is to just do it. Rip off the Band-Aid and cut your cable, and then as you actually find yourself missing stuff, then start paying for different apps and services and programs. Because otherwise, you're going to end up paying for a lot of stuff that you realize you didn't actually pay money for.
That is my advice, too. And I will say I have a sort of corollary here is that, you know, most people, human beings, if you buy a small house, will kind of expand to that space and live in that small house. And if you buy a big house, you'll expand to fit in that space. I feel like TV is the same way. I feel like if you have a gazillion channels on cable and all this junk to watch, you're just going to watch it all. And you might want to just rip the Band-Aid off and find what you actually want to find. So
yeah, that's a great metaphor there. I knew there's a reason I asked you on. All right, but let's do a quick rundown of some of the different services that you can pay for. Netflix, you do pay for Netflix.
Right, we do get Netflix, and that works out just fine.
It's like $10 a month. Amazon Prime. I have Amazon Prime.
I have it for mostly shopping purposes, but we've used it for video as well. It's sort of a bonus.
Yeah, we like it because you get all old HBO stuff, which is pretty good. That's about $8 a month, right? HBO Now, so if you want HBO just to stand alone, or if you're like us and you only want HBO and Game of Thrones is on, that's $15. Showtime is $11, although I think you can get some deals with other programs along with it. CBS All Access, that's another app you can stand alone buy, $6. Sling TV, tell us about Sling TV.
So Sling TV is fairly new. I believe they really started going commercial last summer. They've made a big push for the college football season, which is why I actually picked it up. So it's $20 a month. You connect to it from a variety of devices, one of which is Roku. I think you can get it on Apple TV. Nah?
I think it's on iOS, but you probably have to like beam it somehow. I'm not positive about that.
All right. Well, you can get it on a variety of devices they have on their website, and basically it streams live TV. So one of the big things for cord cutters that they're afraid of is sports. I'm a pretty big sports fan, but I'm really limited usually to football is all I followed mostly.
I'm with you on that one.
And so if you're just a one sport kind of person, cutting the cord is fairly easy. There's a lot of ways to get one sport fairly cheaply, and football is one of them. So Sling offers live ESPN and ESPN2, which a lot of people have been afraid of for years for cutting the cord. They offer a variety of other channels like HGTV, Food Network, things like that. And the thing is, you have to remember, though, is that it's live TV. And so Sling isn't like your current cable subscription where you can pause it, things like that. So to get a little more techy, if you wanted to pause TV, you'd probably have to buy an additional device or just forego that feature and watch TV like the old days.
Yeah, so Sling TV has 65 live channels. They do have an on-demand component, I think.
Yeah, it's very limited, and I think it's like on sort of replay. So I know a lot of people that talk about cutting the cord is if you need your stuff now or the day it came out, you need to watch that Game of Thrones the day it came out, then it's going to be a little tougher.
Right, if you want to talk about it around the water cooler. All right, other options, Hulu. That one shows a lot of television shows. That's $8 or $12 if you want no commercials. And then another option is iTunes, where if there's just one show you really want to watch, you can buy the season pass for that show. So, for example, Better Call Saul, Season 2, $24.99. It's a really good show, by the way.
So
don't let your kids watch it, but it's a good show.
Yeah. So the reason why I'm really thinking about this, and it's my wife who's really been encouraging, is because we do have Amazon Prime, we do have Netflix, and we have cable.
Yeah.
But then we also started then getting to a point where we're like, oh, we missed that episode of Downton Abbey. Let's pay $1.99 to watch it on iTunes. And then once you start doing all that, you realize
you're already doing it.
You're already just get rid of the cable.
You can already get Downton Abbey for free on Apple TV. It's on demand. That's how I watch it.
Well, there we go.
So that was just a rundown of some of the different services. There are many others out there. Like Bo was mentioning, for as far as sports goes, MLB, NFL, NBA, and NHL run their own streaming services, and it's typically about $11 a month. The bad news is that they tend to block local games. But in theory, you should be able to get those maybe on your local channels or some other option.
I just want to throw a plug in there for MLS as well, soccer fans.
Do they have their own standalone?
Yeah, that's a sport in this country too,
Okay, well, the article I was reading didn't talk, again, I don't care about sports ball games. So, and the article I was reading, I stole that from Day Day. The article I was reading only mentioned these, not MLS. But thank you, Rick, MLS, for you 5 fans of soccer out there.
Fastest growing sport in the U.S.
Good for you. And going from 1 to 5 is very fast growing. That's true.
There are more soccer fans.
Dozens of us.
Oh,
dozens.
The thing is, Allison, those jokes were really appropriate and funny about 15 years ago. It's not true anymore.
I played soccer for 8 years as a kid.
That's a great story, bro.
Thank you. You're welcome. I'm just saying, it has been around for a while in America. I did grow up in America. I just want to make that clear.
Oh, that's good. Okay. All right. Sorry. Let's move on. So the final piece of advice, step number 5, is to get better hobbies in your life and do other stuff with your time rather than just sitting and watching junky cable television channels. Bo, can I get an amen?
Amen. I will go back to my metaphor and say, if you have enough junk in your life, you will fill it with junk.
I used to get the NFL Sunday ticket, and then it dawned on me, look, when you have that, you just sit there all weekend watching football. And it dawned on me, I'm sitting here paying to watch other people exercise. Maybe I should get up and do some exercise myself.
So yeah, one of the benefits that some of the fools around the office suggested was that they found that they had other hobbies and interests, and they would read books, and they would talk to their spouses, and they would go to fool.com and learn more about investing. So not only does cutting the cord save you money, it also makes you a more well-rounded, interesting human being.
Well, how could I not do it right now?
Not guaranteed, though, however. I can't guarantee that. All right, so that's my 5-step process to cutting the cord. If that sounds harmonious to you, dear listeners, I want to tell you that you can do it. It's not that hard. I have faith in you.